Hello, everyone, and welcome to PAX Area Gaming. My name is Reg, your host for our journey today. We're continuing our way through Chapter 4, right? When last we met, we were at the beginning of the Hollows, Webbed Hollow. This time, we're continuing our journey through Webbed Hollow. We're going to start with the Verdue Bridge, and then we're going to journey our way through Middle Hollow. Let's collect these things. Take a look around. Okay, let's collect. Let's get this back first. Collect the wisp, because we love our wisps. And let's take a look around, make sure we're heading in the right direction. All right. Spider guy. We're gonna head over there. Where those balloon guys are talking in a second. Let's just. These beetle guys are a pain in the neck. But ultimately, no challenge for the Destined One. Cool scene.
听说里头藏着不得了的宝贝，你模样这么伶俐，不妨进去寻寻。
Right. So, when she first mentioned this place, I wasn't exactly trusting, but she seems to be, for whatever reason, on my side, operating against her mom. Not quite sure why. But in the first playthrough, there's really nice loot. By this playthrough, there isn't anything that I really need in any of these chests. It's nice to find a room that has has a bunch of different chests and no enemies. And no surprise attacks, things like that. Okay, so I'm gonna go through, work our way through here. Not a lot of enemies, but there is one very strong enemy in there. You may have seen a couple of smaller versions of this one, but there are going to be others as well in this chapter. So this enemy type is only seen in this chapter. Okay, the real enemy is that gigantic worm down there. So we're going to try to take as much of its health away as quick as we can. That creature hits very hard. And has a weird moveset, so it's kind of hard to figure out where he's going. But I think it's like, yep. That gang of many, or pluck of many, made this a lot easier. Okay, so we can work our way back through. We're gonna grab that wisp. There are a couple of pathways you can take. I think the way forward is off to the left and facing this direction. Yeah, it's a little bit of a nightmare to navigate this place. Annoying enemy, but not difficult. Little ball sacks, or giant ball sacks. And let's take on this guy. Very easy. He was actually a mini boss in chapter 2. We're eventually going to work our way down to an area called the Bonevault. Let's work our way through here first. That wisp. We're going to take out the lantern guy here. scorpion guys. But this one has a spirit that you absorb, which means he's going to be a little bit stronger than the other one. They inflict poison on you. The little scorpion tail thing that they use. Okay, with him down, we will grab his soul, or in this particular case, likely to be will. And scour the area. I don't think there's a lot to find in this area. Another lantern guy up top. That door doesn't open. I guess this is a little bit like breaking boxes in a lot of video games. You know, you just, anything you see that's breakable, you break, and you get some points for it. These little cocoons are empty. I'd say maybe 10% of them might not be. Most of them are empty. It's a little annoying. And that guy is annoying because he's across the way, which makes it difficult to get to him for now. We will be getting to him shortly. Okay, I think I'd already been here, so we gotta turn around and figure out how to get across the way. I just can't see very well, apparently. Let's take this item. If it's an early game, it probably increases either strength, mana, or health, or one of those things. So when you're playing through, especially the first time, you want to try to find as many of these things as possible. You get an achievement for, let's say, finding all the meditation points and things like that. More importantly, you get a spark, which allows you to level up. So you level up because you get sparks from the meditation points, as well as from XP or will that you get fighting your way through. There's an item in here as well the first time you play through. I don't remember what it was, but it doesn't show up in subsequent missions. Okay.
一群老不死的！ 符还挺厉害。
There we go.
这么快就能
So
上蹦
this
下跳了？
particular spider sister, who's been helping us along the way,
若不想惹祸上身，这里的事
can't remove those
最好
little
少管。
ceiling
最早追
items.
上那只猪要紧。
I think there's 4 of them that we have to remove. She can't remove any of them, so you can. She doesn't help you fight, but I'll just say that she's there at important parts of your journey through at least this chapter. Okay, so I think that's all we have to do in that area. Those guys will just shoot at you. They really can't hurt you. It's just annoying. So we can take them out. Take them out. Remember the giant worm we fought a little bit back? There's a section full of those worms, the baby ones as well as the big ones. And they have like I said, a really weird moveset where they do that. They can move very fast and sort of ram you. And they hurt a little bit, but I won't say they can't kill you because they can kill you. If 2 or 3 of them come at you, they can kill you. The big one hits you the wrong way, it stun locks you, and the little one runs over you. Of course, you have to put these little mushroom creatures in here. I believe they're in every chapter of the game as well. But I think only one of them is an actual boss. It was like the queen of them or something like that. Back in... no, actually, I don't think we got to it yet. We'll see. Alright, we're going to activate this shrine. And we're going to take that meditation. Yeah, the worm creatures are called armor worms. And the one that we fought earlier was the elder worm. I guess that's like the king or queen of worms. And then the other ones are minor, and then the baby ones. In the initial playthrough, you do get the spirit of the elder worm, bringing back the turtle armor worm key, and giving it to Shenlong back in Zodiac Village. You have to feed it the rice cocoons that you break. You take it back to Zodiac Village, you feed it that, and it becomes a spirit that you can absorb. It's pretty easy to do, since if you've been breaking the cocoons, then you likely already have it by the time you get to the Elder Worm in the first place. The Elder Armor Worm in the first place. Okay, we have officially made it to Middle Hollow. I forgot to do this earlier. As you can see, the goal is to unlock the third element of each of the relics, which theoretically should make you stronger, a little bit more immune, a little bit more able to absorb punishment from some of the bosses. I don't recall, I think there are any real bosses in Middle Hollow. It's just a transition place. You got little enemies, but I don't think you have a major boss. A lot of these, the Orma worms and the spider creatures. And I mean, you can just run past them all. Of course, have to take this guy out because we can. We eventually have to work our way further down to get to the Bonevault area. There is a boss in the Bonevault area. It's considered a separate area, not Middle Hollow. Sack creatures. So if you haven't gotten the sort of rice cocoon thingy, you know, by the time you get through this area, you will definitely have, I think you need 4 or 6, something like that. You definitely get them going through. They drop randomly. So every one of them won't give you one. But you, as many of those things as you end up sort of breaking through, you will get them, get enough. This sort of helps me know where I've been by just breaking these, creating a path. The areas where the cocoons still are, I know that I haven't been through there yet. I try not to go back to a shrine because they will all come back. This one is apparently hanging a little high. Spirit guy. Probably did not need to use Pluck of Many here. I guess that was one I didn't have. Interesting. Okay, we're going to continue working our way down, taking out anyone that we see. Since our only friend, actually, I guess we have two friends, one of the spider daughters and Baji. But Baji is incapacitated right now, and part of what we're doing is trying to get to him. Annoying little spider creatures. Again, they really can't hurt you, so. The unique design and interesting way to give players a challenge. These things don't really fight you. I mean, they will swing at you, but they're just, I guess they'll slow you down. Not quite sure what their purpose is. I'm guessing they will eventually, if the cocoon is allowed to mature, they'll become one of the either beetle creatures or one of the spider-type creatures that we see drop from the ceiling. Yeah, should have done that first. Okay, so we're going to take out this guy. Here's the guy that was firing at us from the opposite side. Okay, so we reached the Bonevault area. There's one major boss, and there are some little minor bosses. Not bosses, but minor enemies. But you have to work your way down. It's not, unlike in some parts where the shrine is like right next to the boss area, this one is not. I was wrong, it's pretty close. It's closer than I remember it being. This centipede fly isn't all that difficult. He does toss out these little poisonous roly-poly ball spider thingies that come after you. And if you don't kill them quick enough, there are literally hundreds of those things that will follow you around, but they don't follow you for very long. I'd say probably follow you around for about maybe 7 seconds or so. See them right there. It seems longer, but especially when you're running for your life. And once you kill the centipede guy, they'll disappear. And if they're chasing you, and when he calls them, if you're still fighting him, you just run around. They'll disappear eventually. So that one was an easy fight. So now we're going to make our way to the Cliff of Oblivion. I love the names of some of these places. We're going to work our way there. And once we complete that part of it, we will be done with the Middle Hollow. Or at least, I guess this is not really Middle Hollow. This is Cliff of Oblivion we're heading to, but we'll be done with this particular section. And we have a couple of the snake skeleton creatures that we saw in chapter 1, I believe. They make a guest appearance in this chapter, and there are not a lot of them, but not sure why they're here, but they do the same thing. Until you get close to them, they seem to be asleep. When you get close enough, they wake up. And they're really, at this point in the game, you really shouldn't be having any trouble with them, no matter what playthrough you're on. And unlike when we were in chapter 1, when they could actually overwhelm you because there were usually lots of them, in this case there wasn't.
还把我捉进洞来。我听说那蜘蛛精大多如狼
This
似
one's different because it contains our good buddy
我这般精壮汉子
Bonevault.
补补元气。哎呀，今日
So he makes an appearance in every chapter,
莫非你一路相救啊？我怕是
except the final chapter.
回不成火焰山了。
But he just seems to always be getting caught. Right? Every time we see him, he's tied up.
猴兄弟可曾听过天命人？说是有位天命人一路大杀，是要救活孙大圣。我家大王与孙大圣曾是结拜兄弟。大圣陨落后，大王好似变了个人，将我等遣散。那天命人若真
You're
能救
referring
活
to
孙
his
大
king
圣，
or his master.
在下也愿助其
We'll
一
meet
臂
him
之力。
at some point a little bit later.
这一路来，我到处求人，虽计穷力竭，一无所获，却也想通了。猴兄弟，我已做好打算，求人不如求己。他们不救，我自己去救。他日若能在火焰山相逢，定与你饮酒欢会。万万保重。
Once you exhaust his dialogue, you're going to continue to work your way around this ridge. He won't follow you. He'll move on to the next chapter. I never know how he gets around, but he always manages to get caught. And so we will see him again. And it's worth talking to him. There is an end to his particular quest line. you do get something for completing the quest line. Okay, so we have more of these armor worms, little ones and big ones. We have quite a few of them in this area. Continue taking out the cocoons and any armor worms that we see to get to the next area. Yeah, see if they fall on you. It definitely chunks away your health. That, and you should be getting pretty close to the end of this little cavern. The pathway, I guess, is not really a cavern. Let's grab this chest after we take out this little guy who's hiding over here. Well, there are lots of buildings. Most of them you can't go inside of. The ones where the doors are open, it's worth looking around because there's probably something in there you should get. Right, this is the second of the seals that we have to remove. And we reach the Cliff of Oblivion. Not a very large area. Might have a few more armor worms. So this to pick up maybe a chest or two, but that's about it. It might be. Well, that's the boss of this part. Buddha's right hand. Very interesting boss. Not a difficult fight. The hand does throw things at you. Very difficult to line up a really nice hit on it. So it's a fight that requires a little patience. Right? If you're patient and you get a couple of hits, you'll whittle the health down. ultimately or eventually it has another phase, which I think is easier than this phase. The planting fan doesn't really do any damage to it. You'll discover that some of those particular weapons will work against specific enemies, but not against every enemy. Like Fireproof Mantle is great in fire areas, but really doesn't do anything outside of those areas. The Wind Tamer is good against any enemy that can do wind damage. And even against some enemies that sort of fly around, you can disrupt their animation when they're doing that. Okay, not a very difficult boss, so.
路，我帮你铺好了。救人易，救己难，后面咱们就各凭本事吧。
The only way for you to get to the next area is, of course, to defeat this boss.
臭猴子，你说，这山岭外的世界究竟是什么样的？
The Spider Sister is again helping us out. Okay, so I'm gonna cross this. I guess you could jump down. I don't know what's down there, but you can go down on this side, and you can go either left or right to scour the whole area for any little things that you might want to pick up. But ultimately, you're going to work your way out of this area into a sort of green area. So you're going from Dusty Cave to more foresty type area. Yeah, there are a couple of these bridges. This is the easy bridge to cross. There's nothing waiting for you on the other side. The other bridge is much trickier to cross. Snake eyes that really don't do a whole lot. Let's grab this chest. This is the trickier of the two bridges, because these things will knock you off and kill you. And unfortunately, you really can't. I guess you could. You could use the thrust dance and just kill them all. It would take forever. Just hope that when you use it, it doesn't push you off of the bridge as well. The easier way to do it is to use Cloud Step. They don't recognize you when you're in Cloud Step form. But remember, it doesn't last very long, so you want to move to Cloud Step, get across as quick as you can. And I think there's one enemy here. And if you were not in Cloud Step coming across, he would probably start shooting at you as you're crossing the bridge, which could also knock you off. Yeah, you can tell I don't use the whole thrust thing very often. But anyway, yeah, these guys are kind of strong, and they do this slicing thing, which is pretty annoying. Yeah, my fighting skills aren't that good in this game. There are a few of them in the area. I think, yeah, there are a few of them. There are not a lot of enemies in this area. But again, this is actually an area called the Relief of the Fallen Long. We haven't gotten to the shrine yet, but it's this area. It's a small area, so you'll fight maybe 4 or 5 of these guys. There's a scorpion guy, and then there's one of the most feared bosses in this game. I mean, really, really difficult boss. The first time through. Some people actually completed the game and then came back and fought him because they just couldn't fight him during game. But I like to fight the guys in the chapters that I'm supposed to fight them in, which meant I struggled until I eventually got him. In the second playthrough, I got him first try. First playthrough probably took me 20-something tries to kill him. Yeah, this area has lots of seeds that you can pick up to take back to Qinlong at Zodiac Village. They're literally only a handful of enemies. And then you transition to the next area after you fight the boss of Relief Long. What do I call it? Relief of the Fallen Long. Like all the other longs, you hear him giving a little speech. We're going to do the smart thing, which is to go and activate this shrine first.
算卦的袁先生料事如神，但他一定不会料到，我化为文士，藏于他身。
Okay, and there are different strategies you can use to fight this guy.
取经而死。
But I think any strategy you use will take.
无一日不想为先父报仇，却无一日
Watch this cutscene.
不是流离失所，无家可归。没了你，便能了却因果。
It's difficult with all the long bosses. Lightning based. Unlike the rest of the chapter, which is poison based. He's very fast. I remember my first playthrough, I tried using different transformations against him. This one of the Taoist transformations that puts a stake in the ground that creates a red glow. And if he goes into the red glow, he loses some of his strength. And I tried that. It doesn't last very long, so I tried it. He killed me anyway. The other thing is he chains his attacks, which is really sort of difficult. You can sort of dodge out of the way, but the issue is that's his second phase, which he just gets even freaking crazier than he was before. He does it 4 times. And I can always dodge 2 or 3 of them, but I can never dodge all of them. So I died. Decided to keep it in so you guys can see that, yeah, even in a 3rd playthrough, leveled up as I am, I can still die. I decided to go with Wind Tamer because that would disrupt his, when he's moving into the 2nd phase and he kneels down and does the lightning, and you can knock him out of that phase. Now, in the 2nd time through, he doesn't come towards you. So you have a choice. You can use Pillar Stance, maxed out, and get some damage in, because you'll be able to hit him from here. So you get a little damage in. You can then use your Immobilize, then use your Pluck of Many, and do as much damage as you possibly can before he can get to his 2nd phase. And because your Pluck of Many also has the same spells you have, they'll also use Immobilize. So if you were using the Apramanabat, you can use your Immobilize, you can let them use their Immobilize and use the Apramanabat to freeze him and do even more damage. But he's so wild in this part of the fight. Yeah, so again, I died, but it was a better fight. This time around, key that now. That's why I say it takes a little practice. Once you understand the movesets and you're able to know when to dodge and when to use your various resources, you're good. So it worked well to get him to half health before I started messing things up. So let's see if we can't do more damage, have a little bit more damage out of it. That was down there. Disrupt his moves if you can get a hit in on him. And he'll do this walking, and you can actually go back to the pillar stance and hit him while he's doing that. But when he pulls the sword behind his back, it means he's about to do one of those flying attacks that you just saw. So he has a tell for when he's going to do it. You can't always react in time. I pressed the wrong button and took a snapshot. Watch out for that one. If you're inside the circle, you're okay, but if you're on the edge of the circle, you get hit. He doesn't usually spam that, but apparently he decided to spam it. I used that at the wrong time. I should have used it when he was doing what he's doing now. Then it would have knocked him out of that phase. So if I die, it's my own stupid fault. I don't think I'm gonna die. I think I have enough stuff saved up. If I can avoid these hits. You want to be able to land, you want him to land close to you so that you can actually hit him once he lands. And I wasn't doing a very good job of that. So I'm going to transition into the stone monkey. Because that means I can take his health down without endangering the Destined One. But I'm not dodging, so I'm actually getting hit. I mean, you should dodge. That was stupid. That was a total waste of using the Destined One. Not using the stone monkey. Yeah, he's spamming that again. I'm out of healing. Yeah. Better try than the other one. Okay, I really got it this time. Yeah, right. So you can actually get that pillar stance in a couple of times if he doesn't get too close to you. Once he gets close enough, he's going to make a move. But until then, you can do this. And actually, if you gauge the distance, you can do that in no problem. Actually, you can... Not too close. You can do it enough times to get him down, let's say a quarter of his health to be gone. If you hit him 3 or 4 times with that stance maxed out. And he'll go into, as long as you maintain a particular distance, he will continue to do the slow millennia walk towards you. Once he goes into the second phase, he'll start flying around. Until then, even after he does this move, you know, his little 5 sprints, if you move out of that, if you move back to that same distance, he'll start the walking thing again. Yeah, I hit this move. Overhead slash that he does, and sometimes he does it like 3 times. I guess I knocked him out of his lightning bolt. still does these other annoying moves. Looks like he's got about 20% health left. And I have enough my gourd stuff to survive whatever he dishes out. Unless he stun locks me and kills me that way. So I'm trying to stay close enough to him to get some hits in. But I need to heal now.
先父违抗玉帝旨意，投悬弑曹。我等恐玉帝见罪，拜求袁先生搭救，逃离四都。
Yeah, now the strategy might be when he's in the air like that to just get under him.
一时，躲不了一时。
Okay, gotcha.
终归会有人来取我们的性命。先生还说，舍身成人便是我族世世代代的天命，我信，但我不认。但愿你的命，不是在为这老天做嫁衣。 兄弟皆已诸福，不去相会，更待何时？唉，缘落缘起，不妨再赌一把。
As a reward, you get a transformation spell. You do not get his sword. Although you get one just like it at some point later, you can craft. Okay, that's it for this part of chapter 4. When we come back, we will deal with the lower hollow. Our sparks. Level up.